I think a lot of games are starting to think more about a kind of unified tone and meaning. And certainly the games I've worked on, I like to kind of think about, well, what is this about? What is this really about? And something like, for example, Heavenly Sword, what it was about for me as the writer of it was very much about things like faith versus belief, and religious belief versus self-belief, and also about families. I tend to look at families a lot in my video games, and for some reason I always tend to write sisters. Even though I'm a completely only child, I think I've written about 3 pairs of sisters. And Heavenly Sword is very much about family, and it's how family pulled apart and pushed back together again in very extreme circumstances. So you've got one family on one side, which is Noriko and her adopted sister Kai and Shen, and they're kind of the sort of warrior family. And I looked at what it meant to be a warrior, and that was a central part of my thinking behind Noriko. It's like, she's a warrior, she's got a curse on her head, she's got this giant sword, she's killing people all the time. What does that mean for her soul? What does she have to give up to be able to do that? And then also on the flip side of Heavenly Sword, you had King Bohan and his kind of henchman, his very strange kind of giant baby son. And there were certain mirrors in the different ways the families interacted. And, I wanted to kind of play around with, the kind of semi-screwed up nature of families and familial relationships. And so that was, for me, what Heavenly Sword was about. And certainly the relationship between Noriko and Kai became very, very central. And the players actually got to play as both characters. And I think that really helped invest them in that relationship, because they got to see the world through Noriko's eyes and they got to see it through Kai's as well. So that they kind of really felt that relationship, which I think was very important. Personally, I always like to think back to F. Scott Fitzgerald's quote that action equals character. And so when I look at a character, I think, well, what are they doing all the time in the game? What does it mean for Faith to keep running away? And what is she really running from? And as I just said, what does it mean for Noriko to be a stoic warrior? What is she kind of giving up? And I think that looking at actually what the character does in the game is informing the writer and the player about what sort of person they are is kind of very fundamental, and I think it can help create stronger characters.